Welcome, fellow teachers. I'm really looking forward to offering my views on behaviourist learning theory by comparing my own values and beliefs, using taxonomies of learning, and critiquing applications of classic and operant conditioning in the modern classroom. Just as the behavioural theorists have their experimental labs, teachers have their classrooms, where we integrate learning theory and our individual philosophies to assist the process of learning. I'll evaluate the relationship between my values and beliefs in teaching and how these stack up against behaviourist principles. If I can practice them well, then as Alison Gopnik said, children will learn by watching and imitating. Using Bloom's and Solo taxonomies, I will also look at behavioural learning theory in terms of its depth. As it was stated in Trignano's paper in 2013, it gives teachers and students a simple and robust method of describing how learning outcomes grow in complexity. In 2018, Saul McLeod said classical conditioning provides a valuable scientific-based framework for teachers. If we think about the verbal or audio cues like a whistle in the playground or another neutral stimuli, it prompts students to respond in a desired manner, aligning to my value of building trust. Adversely, classical conditioning can have a negative impact when fear is evoked as a response. Damn you, Watson. Walker and Ploman discuss this nature-nurture question and the importance of providing an inclusive, safe, comfortable space for students. Classical conditioning also doesn't allow for student discovery or free will, as written by McLeod, and it sits low on Bloom's taxonomy. Operant conditioning, applied in the classroom with behavioural techniques, reinforces students' learning. Applied behavioural analysis, as Bear, Wolf, and Risley proved, assists teachers to change behaviour that is socially important. The Raising Children website shows the effective role ABA plays for teachers assisting children with developmental disabilities, facilitating an inclusive and supportive approach. The Lovaas Institute in America uses ABA in their programs, focusing on breaking complex tasks into smaller, more achievable steps, or task analysis. As children learn each step, they get praise and rewards. The example here is asking the student to recall and select basic concepts from the first two tiers in Bloom's taxonomy. Thorndike's law of effect proves that if the outcome is satisfying for the child, they're likely to repeat the behaviour. Just like task analysis, other behaviourist principles of shaping, cueing, and modelling are tools students use when learning a new skill. I can still remember a form of prompting taught to me in grade 1 primary school. Put points on a compass. North, never eat soggy Weet-Bix. This is surface learning and fits into Bloom's first category of taxonomy. Tolman and Hosnick show behaviourist learning can use cognition and latent learning. This fits better with my value of discovery and curiosity and pushes further up Bloom's framework into the applied category. Latent learning is difficult for teachers to execute, as stated by Beck Lovelace. A simple example, though, from study.com is the teacher aide who quietly walked around the grade 1 classroom placing stars on children's desks. Without instruction, it was up to the children to discover the desired behaviour. It was sitting quietly at their desks. As teachers, we're constantly looking to technology to reimagine new ways of doing traditional things. According to Lisa Mims, Dojo is a great example of operant conditioning, which reinforces good behavioural choices with the inclusion of parents' oversight through a token economy. However, as Angela Watson points out, it does have its critics, and multiple negative scores on the Dojo system can lead a child to disengage from learning. Although it does provide students the chance to model their behaviour off their peers, as student points are visible on a classroom smartboard, feeding into the solo category of multi-structural. Special Learning Inc. provides an example of differential reinforcement. The teacher wanted to reduce the frequency of a student leaving their seat to talk to his peers. Now, the teacher offered him extra computer time in the afternoon, something he enjoyed, if he left his seat fewer than 3 times. This example does not eliminate the action completely, as there will be times when the teacher will want that student to collaborate with their peers and leave their desk to do so. Similarly, reinforcing alternative behaviour with a student who constantly calls out in class would be the simple raising hand technique. Paul Dower suggests that maintenance of this technique by the student continues after teacher instruction stops. These examples provide alternatives to token economy strategies, because as Duchesne and McMaugh highlight, constantly rewarding students through reinforcement has a negative effect and can weaken a child's desire to learn and increase dependency. I agree with James Kelly in that behaviorism is clear and structured. It is easy to use as a motivation tool for learning, offers great strategies to teach new skills, and provides a framework for managing behaviors. But its limitations are many. As pointed out during the presentation, some of the elements are cumbersome to set up and implement. The long-term benefits are questionable, it doesn't explore deeper levels of thinking, and it can reach satiation points whereby children begin to manipulate and disguise their actions, ultimately creating a long-term dependence. I want to finish with my preferred perspective from DeNoble, Lyons, and Arthur Kelly, who combine thinking and action through cognitive behavioral theory. Students are empowered to solve problems using environmental features like antecedent control and reinforcement, and mental strategies such as self-talk or thinking through alternative actions. My values are better affiliated with this approach, and a deeper level of thinking and abstract thought are possible. Like all learning theories, behaviorism is just one tool that all teachers can call upon in their education journeys. Thanks for listening.